So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Pixelgun 3D, like any other video game company, shared their year recap and statistics. But I kind of want to break it down because the math ain't mathin'. The year is coming to a close isn't just about the 365 days. Bro, who writes these? Because that English is terrible. It should say, the year is coming to a close, comma, it isn't just about the 365 days. It's about the emotions we've experienced and the milestones we've achieved. Let's check out all the amazing things you made happen in the year's wrap-up. This was the first image that they gave us. 2024 year results. 2025 year is pending. Now, we both know 2024 wasn't exactly a good year for Pixelgun 3D. Yeah, arguably, the PC version did release. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I said in one of my previous videos, it was a bit of both. Now, the next image is this. And I sat there pondering for quite some time. This year, Pixelgun has obtained 31,487 ultimatums. Now, I can't believe that those are legitimate numbers. And I certainly don't believe they've calculated legitimate players versus hackers. There is no way in 1 year, 31,487 players got the ultimatum. And I was talking about this on the Pixelgun Discord, and I was like, guys, I have a question. Like, how many times did the ultimatum return in 2024? Now, I can remember twice. I can remember it in February of 2024. Everyone was surprised, and they're like, wait, what? You're giving us this already? And then they returned it in, I think it was the 11th anniversary. Now, some of the players said, yeah, Echo, it came in another lottery and something else. So between I would say between 1 and 4 times is what people said. I'm going to say 2 or 3. Don't remember 4 times. But what I do remember is one of the first times when the ultimatum returned in 2024, it had a 0.03% chance to be obtained. There ain't no way this many people obtained it. Now, we know Pixelgun 3D is dominated by hackers. In fact, I met one just a couple of games ago. So I was playing a bunch of games, knew this dude was hacking, called him out in game, and he was like, nah, I'm legit. He had ultimatum, he had the winner's laser beam. And any hackers out there, can you tell me why the loadout for hackers always defaults to this? Like, this certainly wasn't his loadout, and we can tell he's hacking clear as day. 151 wins, but all weapons, all gadgets, all pets, avatars, and sets. Yeah, that don't make no sense. But he was so adamant in telling me that he was a legit player. Anyway, he went ahead and changed his name because we all knew that he was actually cheating. And he made it really clear as day. So there is no way the numbers that Pixelgun have given us are legit. But if you think that's crazy, the stats get even crazier. In total, 110,885,746 weapons were added to players' armories. Now, we've just seen that guy's profile. He had over 1,200 weapons. So, like, obviously, Pixelgun ban hackers. They make a new profile. They ban them, and it's a repeat process. I'm telling you now, millions of these numbers here are, of course, because of the hackers making new profiles and getting banned. There's no way this is a legitimate statistic. In fact, it might actually be a legitimate statistic. It just goes to show you how many hackers play the game and how many players get banned, and the circle just keeps going round and round. But it gets crazier. Next one says, on April 2nd, PG3D saw the highest number of players. This was the day we launched the PC edition on Steam. Now, this one I'm going to say is legit, and I can actually show you the PC statistics. This was a really good milestone for Pixelgun 3D, but after this date, boy, did it tank. This is the Pixelgun 3D PC edition statistics. Again, does not include the mobile version. And if we scroll down on April 2024, the game had 17,766 peak players. Ever since that date, it's gone down. The next one was a 47% reduction, nearly a 50% reduction in players. That is a huge issue. That is terrible for any video game. And then after that, another 36% reduction with 4,000 players, another 22% reduction with 2,600. We then went up a little bit in August because it was summer. September was bad. October, November went up. December was bad. December was bad. That's Christmas time. Only 3,000 players. That is bad. Pixelgun on average, it averages around about 3,000 players, peak players per month. They do get a lot of people playing, but not at the same time. They've never beaten their all-time score. So that statistic that they did share, when mobile was thriving and then alongside PC being introduced, yeah, that number is probably legit. This game will never hit those numbers ever again. Moving on, they said in 2024, you spent 77,902,031 hours pixel gunning, with these maps being your top picks. Sky Island is a surprise for me. I'm not sure if this is like in order. Classic Pool would definitely be top in my opinion. Sky Island makes sense. Classic makes sense. Nuclear makes sense. Scarab Temple is literally only there, pixel gun, because you force people to play this map for challenges. This is no way near one of like the top maps in Pixel Gun 3D. You guys might like this map, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this is a top tier map. It's not in the same tier as Classic Pool, Sky Islands, Nuclear, Silent School. It's only there because of what I've just said. And Paradise Resort, yeah, that's because of all new players have to go there. They have no choice. That's a lot of time playing on those maps. I would say a lot of people AFK in Classic. This one says 31,579,216 pets were tamed by players, just counting those hatched from eggs. I've asked Pixelgun to fix the egg situation in their game for years, by the way. That's a lot of pets being hatched. Probably not something I could say is true or false. I would probably say it's true because we've had an influx in pet chests, especially since we now have them inside of Pixel Passes. I would say it's somewhat true. Who knows? The next one, this is actually quite crazy. 105 new weapons were added to Pixel Gun 3D in 2024. That is a lot of weapons. No wonder they cannot balance their game when they introduce this many. That is absolutely crazy. On average, that's like 8 or 9 weapons every single month. And if they just keep doing this same cycle over and over again, it's not gonna work. But they seem to think that it does. They must be seeing some kind of numbers that we don't see. But that's a lot of weapons. And then this one says, and I don't know why they shared this like it's some kind of reward. This just shows you how bad this is. And I sit there and I think, who posts these? And think, that's a good idea. They gotta be smoking that Zaza. They gotta be drinking at the same time. You sent us 215,170 support tickets. And we carefully processed every single one. No, Pixelgun. Your game was ruined by hackers. People claimed gems and weapons and gifts and got banned. They had no choice but to contact you. It just shows you how many people have to contact your support. That's a problem. You don't want this many numbers. You want like less than half of this in a year. Let's try and work this out. It works out something crazy like 500 or 600 reports every single day. Bear in mind that Pixel Gun 3D doesn't have that many people playing every single day. So how many people are having to make reports? That's crazy. Now, not only is it going to be reports because people were falsely banned, and we know Pixel Gun have banned people falsely because LaPrue made a video of him playing the mini game where you have to defeat the monsters, got to a certain round and got banned. But it makes you question how many of these reports are people reporting hackers. Once again, we go around in circles and it's a problem. I really don't know why they shared it like it was some kind of milestone. Showing us how many people have to contact you is not a milestone. That's a problem. They also said in block crash modes, 315,861,405 blocks were smashed. I don't doubt those numbers, and it got me thinking, why on earth do Pixel Gun 3D not expand their popular modes like block crash, Halloween-ifier for Halloween, Christmas-ifier for Christmas? Give us a brand new Block Crash map, you know? Make things exciting for your players. This has not changed in 10 years, in a decade. That's crazy. And then he said it was across like 10 million matches played. They also said the traders' vans were visited nearly 1 million times. That's a big reduction, by the way. And the reason why this is very low is because most people already have the weapons inside of the traders' vans. That's not a lot of numbers, in my opinion, considering the rest of these numbers that they've shared. Yeah, that's quite disappointing. And then they said, and the warmest fact of all, you accepted 15.3 million friend requests. And that's it. And that's all they shared. So yeah, I look forward to the statistics they share in 2025. But most of them, yeah, I don't believe that stat. And if they do, I do actually believe it, but I don't think it's legitimate players. 100% from hackers. Yeah, anyway, just thought I wanted to make today's video and talk about this. I do my fair share of bashing Pixelgun 3D, but just the report one, it sent me over the cliff. I was like, this is not a reward. It's a problem. Anyway, guys, let's see if this year things get better.